So, having not left my house in like 2 days and like learning every mastery on the internet because of the winter apocalypse outside, I wanted to talk to you guys about the format and how things are shaping up to be in sectors and sectors and sectors and sectors. Why the fuck are they doing anything now? I have a little theory behind this, and it involves the snowman eater outside my window that's going to prounce in here and eat me alive. But the format is shaping up to be nothing but insectors on the general most part. Cordero profiled deck profile from the Chicago 1K ARG that had insectors win it 7-0 straight. Michigan this past weekend, there were 5 undefeated insectors going into round, what was it, 7? And then Insectors ended up going 9-0 with Verdant Sanctuary. Really odd build. And also, another build got 8th place, just standard Insectors. Now, why are Insectors even doing anything right now? Their number one combatant, which was Macrocosmos, is at 1. Let's be real here, guys. Macro stopped the deck in its tracks because of multiple numbers. And I believe the last time that Insectors really did anything was Rabbit format, but even before that point, they kind of got nerfed back down to, a former shell of what they were. 2, Threatening Roar is an extremely good trap card right now. It allows you just to, start controlling the board, set Roar, alright, you get it back over to your turn where you finish cleaning up the board. Now the thing about Insectors that really makes them shine this format, number 3, we're in a back row heavy format. Things like Fire Fist just leaving empty tankies on the board for, things like Dragonfly to go boom, 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 just really bad. And for a really old deck like this to make a reappearance in such a strong counter, really makes me question the fact that the new player base hasn't learned how to play against them. It's been roughly 8 months before we had a really good back row format, because when we entered into Dragons last May, might be longer than 8 now, not quite sure, but the thing is, the new span of players that have entered the game since then, and those that have left that played during the Insector format, a lot of them have forgotten how to deal with the deck. Me, myself, I hated Insectors, but Macrocosmos is just such a blowout card against them. You easily just win when you flip that, but like I said, their number one counter is at 1. The really reason that I can see them gaining such big popularity right now is also the fact that people don't know how to play against the deck. Even though the deck is old, I consider 2 years old, and coming from the severity of the last format that we had, which was, still Dragons and Dragons, like no one thought about it, entering into this format where things are a lot slower, and there's a lot more, things for Dragonfly and Centipede to go chomp chomp baby on. Like, it's such a major issue for that deck to be functionally good. Now, will the deck survive the 2-week syndrome? Which is, the 2-week syndrome is first 2 weeks of the format where, used to be Gladiator Beast were the quote-unquote always the deck that people would go to. Unfortunately, Gladiator Beast have fallen out of favor for the 2-week syndrome. I don't know if Insectors are going to fall out of the wayside. It depends on how Geargia and Mermails shape up. The one really cool advantage that Insectors have against Geargia, though, is when they go turn 1 set armor. As long as they don't have the Fiendish Chain and you open up your 1-up Dragonfly and your 1-up Hornet, you're free to just run down the gear frame to your heart's content. Now, the build that was playing Verdant Sanctuary was actually pretty interesting. I definitely did like the fact that he had the general recurability to just nuke and search, or, get wrecked with his Howling Insect, and then just special summon all the things that he needed. It was actually a really cool concept. Now, I don't know if it'll stick or not. It's probably just one of those 2-week syndrome decks. But I could definitely see Insectors being a very big contender for this format until people start to realize that Fiendish Chain and Effect Failure are still good cards. I don't understand why Fiendish Chain's falling to the wayside for the time being. It's kind of disappointing. It's still very good for what it is, especially to stop things like Geargia Armor from searching and other things like that. Outside of that, I do think that Insectors will be a good contender for this format, just based on the results we've gotten from the first week here. Will they survive the 2-week syndrome? Probably. They're definitely going to be one of the best decks just because of the ability to control, take care of things like Fire Fist, Mermails. You're going to have a little bit harder of a matchup against, but I'm pretty sure that your deck can adapt and handle that particular matchup. Girgia, you have infinite destruction. Your deck will be fine. Prophecy, just nuke everything, leave tower, move on with your day. Outside of that, pre-Legacy of the Valiant, probably going to be very strong. Thinking about Valiant, though, I don't really think they get anything to really support them. But we'll have to wait and see. So guys, tell me what you think about these thoughts in the description down below. I'm going to profile the Insector decks very slowly. I'm only trying to do 3 a day. I know Cordero uploaded like a million of them, but sit tight. I'll get it up for you guys probably tomorrow. So leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about Insectors, and Imco40